Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the another video. In today's video I am going to talk about how you can improve the battery life on your iOS 26.3, and also I'm going to answer some of your comments. So it's a weekend, it's a Q&A video, so let's begin. While iOS 26.3 is the official release available for now and most people are using iOS 26.3, I did a poll on Threads and asked you guys that how is the experience is going on in terms of battery draining with the iOS 26.3, and it was almost a 50-50%, which means many people are facing issues. So I thought, why not just talk about those things. So what you can do is there are a few things that you need to follow while charging your device. Starting with very first one is, whenever you are charging your iPhone, never use your device while charging. So just take an example, when your device is on charging, it is trying to fuel up the battery, and if you are using at the same time, it is trying to drop the battery, and it is kind of a doing a fight against fueling up and dropping down, and that can actually ruin the battery health. So it is always better not to use the device while charging. Also, there is a 2080 rule that you need to follow, which means if you are around 20%, just plug in the charger. Never go below 20%. Like, for example, right now my phone is at 32%, and right after shooting this video I will plug in into the charger because I don't want to go below 30 or 20 whatsoever. And also when it will be around 80%, I will unplug the charger. For me, I have charging limit at 85. You can go with the 80 or 85, or you can also turn on your optimized battery charging, completely your choice. But for me, 85 is a good option because I also go out like every day, so I need some battery life or battery on my device. But this is something you can also do. And there is an power mode on your iPhone that is known as adaptive power mode, and you can also turn it on, and it can also help to improve the battery life. And if you are facing overnight battery draining, like when you go to bed and put your phone aside maybe at 40%, 50% whatsoever, and when you wake up it drops battery a lot, maybe if it was 50, now it is at 30 or something like that. What you can do is, during the night you can turn on the low power mode. You can also automate the low power mode, that it automatically is turned on. If you want to know how you can do it, let me know in the comment section below. I will be making a separate video. But low power mode can limit background processes during the night, so it can help to stop the overnight draining. Also, there are a lot of settings that you can do. For example, you can get into privacy and security, get into tracking, turn everything off from here. You can get into location and customize the location. Now, never use always option. There are a bunch of options available. For example, there's an always option. Never go for this option. Always choose never or while using the app. Only these two options are the best one, and it is going to help a lot to improve the battery life. Now, there is one thing that is called notifications, and it is a very underrated kind of stuff when it comes to battery life. So, just for example, if you're getting a lot of notifications every day, different tons of apps and lot of notifications, they are pulling the data from the background, they are pulling the information from the background, and that is consuming a lot of battery life because it is using a lot of stuff, a lot of things are happening in the background. So what you can do is you can limit notifications. If there is an app that notifications are not important, you can turn off that notifications. For example, here's a wallpaper app. I don't care about its notification, so it is turned off. As you can see, most apps notifications are completely off. I don't care. I don't want my phone to you know always ringing or something like that. Only apps that notification are very important, that notification are very critical, like FaceTime, maybe my calendar application, or maybe Fiverr over here, or maybe another app like, for example, WhatsApp or something like that, or banking app, something like that, that are important. So only those notifications are on. And by doing this, I am doing a really good thing for my phone and getting a really good battery life on my device. And what you can also do is you can get back to the privacy and security, go all the way down, and by default these settings are on. They are helping out to make Apple's upcoming product better. You can turn them off because they are running in the background. So these are a few things that you can do to improve the battery life on your device. And now it's time to talk about your comments. I want to see what you guys are asking me, and let's begin. Would the games look better and look better with 26.4 on iPhone 17 Pro? Now, I don't know what you mean by games look better. If you ask me that games will run better, yes, they will run better because GPU scores are decent so far on the iOS 26.4 beta 1, so you can expect good gaming on your device. I love having old iPhones. Yes, I love that too. The most oldest iPhone right now I do have is the iPhone 10s. But if I get the opportunity to hands on my even older devices, I'm definitely gonna do that. Okay, so can I revert back to iOS 18.7.5? No, you cannot do that because Apple, I think, stops signing, so you cannot do that. Performance on my iPhone 17 Pro for iOS 26.4 public beta 1. Okay, decent or multi-core is higher than such any score ahead. What is a good sign? What is a good sign? Unfortunately, on my iPhone 16, I'm not having best score, but it's really good if you are having a good score. Maybe I need to get another iPhone. Maybe I need to get the iPhone 17. Let's see. It would be nice to see some foundational Siri 2.0 features. Yeah, I am expecting that. I really want to see that, especially Gemini. You know, I never use Gemini. I'm a big fan of ChatGPT. Recently, I got my this Pixel device. If you guys know, I don't know if you know or not. And I'm using Gemini on that. Gemini is super cool, honestly. Maybe on my other channel, I will be making a video regarding Pixel 7. If you guys want to see a video about the Pixel 7, let me know in the comment section below. But Gemini is super cool. Not the best, as I mean, like, for different scenarios, sometimes ChatGPT is better, sometimes Gemini is better, but I really want to see more better Siri in 26.4. I got 12 Pro Max with a battery health 96, and before I was 26.3, before I was 26.3, it sucked. It was around 4 to 5 in moderate use. I believe it would for dead with 26.3 last easily, and I mean easily 12 hours. I even sleep and wake up with the next day with 3%. If I use my phone heavily, it lasts 6 to 7 hours. It was extremely heavily. Okay. No, okay, so the point is with the iOS 26.3, the guy is not happy. I think this is what I get from your comment. Um, I shared some tips and tricks in the start of this video. Maybe you can try those and come back if you're still having an issues. Let me know in the comment section below. I installed 26.4 beta 1 on my iPhone 16. No problems here, which is a good sign. That's good for you. Hello, bro, slowly charging. I'm slowly charging or device slowly charging. Okay, so whenever you're facing issue like slowly charging or something like that, what I do is I always restart my device and it always literally fix slowly charging. It's a weird fix, but you can try. Day by day iOS update performance is going down. I'm not sure, but like iOS 26.0 was not that good. The 26.1 was not that good. 26.2 was not that good, but 26.3 was a really, really, really good update. Although I'm not happy with so far with the 26.4 beta one, but I know definitely it will get better eventually. I installed 1.6.3 on my iPhone 12 camera quality. Okay, again, this is something I actually want to know. If Apple is actually dropping the camera quality with updates, I got a lot of your comments, and I'm not sure about this. And if you more people are experiencing this, let me know in the comment section below. This is a real concern, honestly. Um, Maybe I really need to dig into it because software updates are not about degrading camera quality, but I feel maybe it is happening because so many people are saying this. So maybe I'm gonna do a bit of a research in it and come back with the proper video. I said that this last time, but I am doing a lot of testing over here and I forget such stuff, but I will try to come back with another video. This is why I also took a screenshot. I have an iPhone 16 Pro, 90% battery health. Battery holds up to 3 to 4 hours charge until 100%. Um battery holds up to 3 to 4 hours charge until I don't understand it. I didn't understand what you are saying. Why does Apple place the burden of iOS operating system problem on the customer and leave them to fix their own phone? This is like, yeah, when it comes to battery stuff, there are a lot of stuff happening, and we are always sharing tips and tricks to improve the battery life. But app, I don't know, man. Honestly, see, this is a very simple thing you guys need to understand. Whenever there is a new update, it will be bringing new features, and when there are new features, it will be consuming more battery life because there are now more background processes. So we can customize new stuff, maybe to stop or limit that background processes and get slightly better battery life. But with every new update, you will be seeing a slightly low battery life because again, a lot of new features happening. So these were some of your comments that I wanted to include in this video. So far, we talked about iOS 26.3, some tips and tricks to improve the battery life, and then I included your comments, and we talk about your comments. How is your experience going on, and what iOS version you are using, guys? Let me know in the comment section below. And I hope to catch you guys in my next video. Until then, take care. Peace out.